Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message for November the 11th. We have the very potent gateway portal of 1111 happening today. It is also Remembrance Day in Canada, where I am from, when it comes to the war veterans that fought in World War I and II. My great-grandfather, my Pepe, fought in World War II. He's no longer with us. He passed away when I was 8 years old. And so I know I'm definitely deep in some feelings when it comes to some ancestral energies. I didn't sleep well last night. I spoke to another divine feminine early this morning. We were both up at 4 a.m. and neither of us really felt like we got any sleep. So you might be finding some difficulties with some sleep issues over the weekend. And so I want you to keep in mind these energies can play out over the weekend. And this reading may or may not be for you. And so we do have some challenging aspects coming through in the astrology today. We do have Venus, quincunx, Mars. And so a quincunx is an inconjunct energy. We have Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Gemini, and this will happen again on December 19th, but Venus will be in Capricorn and Mars will still be in Gemini retrograde. And so get ready to learn to not be taken advantage of. So many of us can be easily led down the pathway of doing other people's dirty deeds for them. And so if we want to master our thought processes, we got to get real about our own responsibilities. And we have to prioritize solving our own problems instead of always trying to solve everybody else's problems, because we are the only ones who can do what it takes to solve our own problems. And so you want to make sure that you're giving any issues the attention that they do deserve over the weekend. And when it comes to helping others, you do want to absolutely make sure that it is mutual, that there's some kind of mutuality involved with helping another. And so it's the energy, if you scratch their back, are they going to scratch yours? What's going to happen when your back is itchy and they don't return the favor? And so it's kind of time for us all to learn as empaths to be a little bit more assertive in relationships. And that's going to allow us to feel like we're not being taken advantage of. And maybe you're afraid of sounding a little bit too demanding. I know when empaths decide to stand up for themselves, it can appear that we are selfish, right? And so if we're not willing to communicate our needs, though, our wants, then how are we ever going to be able to find contentment and equality within relationships? It's also this energy of, not chasing ideals. We can't keep chasing these ideals. We have to take into account the reality of the world around us. And so many people hold on to another person because of the potential. Are they living up to that potential? I think we need to ask ourselves. And so I do feel this aspect is going to be leaving many very frustrated, especially when it comes to a lack of reciprocity and satisfaction in a relationship. And so if we continue down this pathway of overgiving and not receiving something in return, it's definitely going to lead us into this energy of bitterness and resentment. And this place is really no longer serving us as a collective. And so we can't avoid dealing with the reality of a current karmic situation. And I do feel a lot of survival fears are coming up in the energies. And so get ready to mature is what I want to say. Get ready to receive clarity when it comes to your personal interactions and to course correct after a period of reevaluation of the people around you. Some of us know exactly what it is that we really want to bring into our lives, but what do you need to release in order to bring more joy into your life? So I feel like a big challenge in the energy is, where can we give better use to our energy reserves? We can't fill another's cup if our cup isn't being filled as well. And so I feel an opportunity to learn to be more assertive in the energy and to understand the people around you a little bit better without those rose-colored glasses on. And so it's going to be a challenge when it comes to becoming more of a realist. We can't keep living in these fantasies and these illusions. And so Get ready to have to stand up for yourself in some way, shape, or form today or over the next several days. We also have the sun squaring it up with Saturn. And so Saturn is our very strict teacher, structure, order, discipline. And so this is a very challenging transit that we're all going to be having to deal with. It could represent like a forced turning point, or where you've been feeling pressured and overburdened in a relationship, feeling like everything and everyone is kind of against you during this period of time, which can lead to feelings of, like I said, resentment and bitterness, isolation, and feeling very discouraged about moving forward. And so your sense of purpose, I feel, and your goals are likely going to be challenged over the coming days. And this could come in the form of a boss, a very demanding boss, a teacher, a parent, or a loved one. And so get ready to face some spiritual tests, some restrictions, and to find out how really hard it is to succeed when you don't have somebody working with you as a true partner, as a team. And so I also want to say this is the perfect opportunity to cut your losses. Conserve your energy reserves and just cut your losses, especially if you've been running low on energy already. And so a tactical retreat might be needed. I kept being shown the Hermit, so that is a tactical retreat, right? Withdrawing from a situation, and I do feel the energy is signaling something where you have overcompromised your values and a need to kind of recess, right? And so with the moon also in Gemini, this is quick-witted thinking and maybe making a decision faster than you want to. And so with the moon squaring it up with Neptune, this is really going to bring forward all kinds of strange feelings and mood swings. So you're going to want to be consciously aware of your moods and not taking that out on another, because when we bring this into our conscious mind, then we don't keep playing into all of these unconscious negative emotional reactions. And so you be ready to understand what is happening and what you need to do to release any deception in and around you. It's like this diversion. And so this can also lead to a lot of strange psychic impressions and sensations, which can also trigger some paranoia. So you're going to want to be careful. We also have the moon squaring it up with Jupiter. And so whenever there's square aspects with Jupiter, although it deals with expansion, this is where our personal beliefs are likely going to be challenged in some way, shape, or form. And so although this is temporary, we're going to be feeling this for the next couple of days. And so it's this critical moment coming to the surface that will lead you to question everything when it comes to another's underlying motivations. And so the moon conjunct Mars as well happening today, both in Gemini. This only occurs about every 2 years. And so think about an issue that was coming up about 2 years ago that maybe you were unwilling to assert yourself and break free from something toxic. It's coming up again. And so this energy is going to last over the next 6 days. And so it's this energy of feeling indifferent and feeling very much overwhelmed, likely irritable, and quite possibly hostile. And so you also might feel the opposite of that. You might feel sexy, bold, and in need of some excitement, which could lead to a lot of turbulence in one-on-one relationships. So we're going to jump in with the cards today, guys. We're going to see what else needs to come through in the energies. We're going to jump in with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck. We got some spirit guides pushing us forward. So you might want to just go within today and connect with your guides, go into meditation, connect with the archangels, your ancestors. I know ancestor energy is coming up really big with Remembrance Day today. And I do want you to pay attention to your dreams. All I got to say is the dreams last night were crazy. I woke up with this energy of, oh my God, what did those dreams mean? And I'm still trying to decipher some of the messages that came through for myself in dream space. So journaling will really allow you to convey those messages in dream space because there's definitely a karmic circumstance reaching its expiration is what I want to say, getting very, very intense. And so all of this kind of has to come to the surface if we are to address where we have given our power away to another. And so get ready to dismiss the lower ego when it comes to a karmic situation. So we're going to get 3 cards with this deck, guys. We're going to see what needs to come through today. Sharing. That's the energy of Gemini too. Gemini is all about communication. And so you might want to reach out to somebody and share something that you've learned recently when it comes to some wisdom, some spiritual wisdom that you have attained through a karmic experience. Get ready to receive a message. Somebody here might be getting ready to send a message when it comes to a life lesson that they've learned recently. And there's that meditation practice. So if you're finding the thought process a little bit scattered, a little bit fragmented, I do highly recommend going into meditation. Meditation will allow you to calm that thought process, to calm the mind, and to open up those channels of communication with your guides and your ancestors. And I do recommend this as a daily practice. And self-care is of utmost importance, I feel, in these energies. So how can you infuse your life with healthier choices? Where do you need to look out for what's become an unhealthy habit, even if you're dealing with another, and to release that person? And so I do feel, get ready to receive something. Guidance from spirit, perhaps. I do feel somebody's been in a very tough karmic cycle here. And spirit is saying something needs to be released. And I do feel there is going to be a message of importance coming. Maybe somebody will be reaching out to you and you're not going to be expecting this. It might be a very unexpected text message or email or phone call. But you really should be open to listening to what this person has to say. And you do want to be careful of spending too much time in your head. When we overthink and we get all gunked up in the headspace, clarity is going to be a little bit skewed. And so get ready to face some major life challenges ahead. Somebody, I feel, is getting ready to embrace evolution here, soul evolution. And that will require change in order to manifest something that you have been praying for. So I do feel, get ready to find some truth. Somebody here has been led astray, misguided down the wrong pathway, and the light is shining down on this situation at this point in time. So let's see what the light is illuminating. Ooh, somebody needs to apologize, I think. A long overdue apology, and I do feel there's some passion burning below the surface. And so maybe this is burning up of some karma, I want to say as well. Somebody needs to apologize to a soulmate where I feel they walked away and locked the door and they thought that they would never ever have to look back at this connection. But I think Spirit's saying you got to unlock that door. You got to go into that energy, and I do feel an apology is long overdue. I also feel this underlying burning passion for somebody, and that passion's been repressed and it's about to boil to the surface. So let's see what else needs to come through with the I was going to say with the opportunity deck. So with the Illumination Oracle deck, I think there's an opportunity here that needs to be seized. And so that came out for a reason. Ooh, and maybe this will lead to a higher soul contract. The 1111 portal does represent the Four of Wands for me, Twin Flame Union. Get ready for an exciting offer of some sort, and there is a situation in the balance taking place, and so Libra energy. I do feel a divine union coming through. I do feel this person is being divinely guided to rebalance the situation, and there's that passionate romance. Again, I think there's a need to address some past hurt. Absolutely. Somebody is trying to find their determination, I feel, to come forward with a message, to send a message, to balance out a situation where there's been a lot of blocks between the two of you. A situation that was not balanced. Somebody here needs to stand up for themselves. I also feel somebody's been very disconnected, withholding, coming forward with a love offer, likely dealing with a double loyalty situation here where something has come between you and another. And so love is in focus, the rose. And I do feel somebody's really been withholding communication, withholding this love on their heart, and maybe needing to go within. Preparing to travel towards somebody where I feel there's been a long, cold separation. So let's jump in with the tarot and see what else needs to come through today. Yeah, there was a cold separation. There was a very painful, betraying ending in the past. And I do feel maybe this led to a ghosting situation. You're really going to want to watch those negative thoughts because there's a lot of fear coming up, and fears can manifest into real life challenges. And so I do feel maybe somebody needs to reach out for some financial assistance, but there's going to be an ending of a melodramatic situation, a betraying situation that has caused a lot of pain, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness on both ends. And I do feel relief is coming, but somebody's going to have to get a very, very heavy weight off their shoulders. Tens are ending, so there very well could have been a very painful ending in the past. And maybe this has not really been discussed or addressed. And I do feel bringing balance into a very cold situation where I think both of you were deeply hurt. So let's see what else needs to come through with the tarot today, guys. I'm going to do a 9-card spread. Wow, that's come out a couple times recently. The 10 of Coins reversed. The 6 of Cups reversed. Justice. There's that balance. There was a false contract here closing out, where two people maybe held on because they were over-romanticizing the beginning stages of a relationship. I also feel somebody here could be experiencing total financial ruin, a loss of financial security because there's no peace, there's no contentment. Somebody hasn't honored some truth on their heart. And I do feel a lot of family lineage, family tree knowledge is coming forward from the ancestors when it comes to revisiting an old relationship. I also feel get ready for somebody from the past to return that you had a romantic connection with. Maybe somebody used you in the past. Maybe this was a connection to trigger some deep inner child healing. And I feel somebody's finally getting ready to come from a place of integrity. And so there's that Hermit. There's that Hermit. Virgo energy, the Wheel of Fortune. And so somebody is definitely facing all kinds of challenges and delays and hitting that rock bottom. And so that's my wounded healer energy. And so somebody here I feel has been through a very difficult karmic cycle. And they've been keeping their foot stuck in the wheel when it comes to a fresh new start. And they've been procrastinating, traveling towards somebody, I feel, balancing out a situation. We go from the 9 to the 10 of Wands. And so this has been a very heavy burden that somebody has carried for a long time. And with the head on, I'm like, somebody is just like so stressed about balancing a situation out here. They've been struggling with all kinds of conflicting opinions here in a battle of wits with their own inner ego. Maybe fighting with themselves about bringing forward an offer. I feel somebody's really struggling internally when it comes to bringing forward a compassionate offer. Because I do think in the past they made a very unwise choice and they did not come from a place of integrity. And they had questionable motives for sure. This is my manipulation card. And so we could have somebody here as well that has a gambling addiction that needs to be addressed. I do feel somebody in the past was not in a place of integrity at all whatsoever. They were not willing to stand up for themselves or what it is that they believe in. And with the 6 of Cups in reversed, I feel this was a pattern rooted in some unhealthy childhood energies, childhood wounding. And there is a need to heal the inner child. And I do feel somebody spent a prolonged period of time grieving over a missed opportunity when it comes to a brand new emotional experience. And I do feel somebody has been going within and spending a lot of meaningful time in solitude, in meditation, shining light on their own negative vices. And I do feel somebody wants to come in after a period of self-discovery and facing all kinds of challenges. And so not really getting a timing energy with the wheel reversed here. I do feel a delay in a fresh start because somebody needs to master a karmic lesson. I think somebody needs to get prepared for an unexpected arrival, perhaps with this King of Coins. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, after, walking away from a very dramatic situation that was likely purely built on financial stability. I do feel somebody wants to come in as that supportive spouse, that supportive person. But let's take a look at this ending here. Let's take a look at the 6 of Cups reversed, 10 of Coins reversed, because this is an ending. Yeah, an unemotionally satisfying situation. I feel somebody has been very moody. There's been fear about sending a message regarding a past relationship, an apology. I also feel releasing an unrequited love situation. There's going to be an event or a shakeup. And I do feel definitely somebody has been dealing with somebody trying to control a situation. Maybe gaslighting them, belittling them. I also feel somebody here has been struggling financially. And maybe they need to reach out for assistance when it comes to this Queen of Wands. I feel somebody here is on fire as well. Somebody here has believed in themselves, and I also feel somebody underestimated their ability to pick themselves up from rock bottom after a ghosting situation. And so somebody wants to come out of an abandonment wound. I feel an abandonment wound, and they now want this beautiful emotional new experience. So I think get ready to awaken to some spiritual insights. When it comes to a lack of planning for the future, I think somebody's past choices are coming back to haunt them, and they're going to have to figure out what it is that they need to do next. And so let's see what the Justice is bringing forward. Balance, 3 of Cups reversed, 4 of Wands, 11-11. And so I do feel rebalancing a situation. This is also my karmic energy, my karmic feminine. And so maybe somebody was in a karmic cycle with somebody that was only after their money, and there is a need for balance here. Temperance is suggesting balance is being restored, Sagittarius, after a canceled engagement and a release of third-party energy. And so I feel there's been a lot of gossip. I also feel karmic feminine energy came between 2 divinely ordained soulmates. Somebody chose the wrong person here. Somebody chose to go towards a karmic family structure. And I feel there's going to be an announcement. And I feel there's another energy of somebody here in this situation has mastered self-control and has been very patiently waiting for somebody to come forward with an offer. And so peace and contentment is definitely important to somebody. And I do feel somebody's, resisted this awakening, resisted making this judgment call. I also feel bad karma. Justice and judgment in reverse is karma, right? And so I feel all of this has kind of been playing out since that eclipse energy, that moon energy, and somebody's been hiding their true feelings, I feel. Somebody's not been listening to the divine, the signs, the synchronicities, and I think they're getting a major wake-up call when it comes to what it is they need to do, and there is clarity coming. So let's take a look at the wheel reversed here, because somebody's facing all kinds of challenges and delays when it comes to going towards an Empress. Wow. We've got an Empress here that is about to give birth to everything that she has prayed for, manifesting her reality, abundance and prosperity, Taurus, Libra. And I feel somebody's been challenged and delayed, and I feel maybe held back from taking action towards this Empress. And now certainly is the time to take action if you want to have that victory. And so somebody needs to make a wise choice. I also feel somebody wants to come in with recognition and a gift towards this Empress. And I do feel maybe somebody walked away from this Empress in the past. The divine, I feel, has really been hounding somebody, and they've not been listening, right? They were misguided for sure. They received poor counsel, and I'm going to pull another one. And somebody here is going through a profound transformation, releasing this old belief system, releasing, any old childhood beliefs that are no longer serving them. More Taurus energy, Scorpio energy. And so significant changes need to be made. Somebody needs to to get their foot stuck from out of that wheel, from moving things forward. And so I feel an Empress about to come in to an abundance of fortune, and I feel this is the pivot point, this is the turning point here. And so there's going to be an unexpected revelation that will break somebody free from these delays, these procrastinations, and these challenges, because it's kind of time to learn this lesson, to embrace being the wounded healer and to release a long-standing burden. So let's take a look at this 5 of Wands, because we got a King of Wands, I feel, all done messing around with a situation that I feel they were not loyal and dedicated in. And I also feel somebody's been apprehensive about taking action because they're going to have to get rigorously honest about some past actions. And I do feel it's going to require a conversation to heal a past misunderstanding. There's been some great sadness over an unwise choice in the past, I'm feeling. I think maybe this Empress was abandoned. This person was not there for her in her time of need. And I do feel somebody is going through a period of personal growth. And I do feel there's fear of not being accepted, not being forgiven. It is time to head in a new direction. It is time to release a melodramatic situation that's really not worth somebody's time here. And so let's see what this King of Coins has to say, and we will get a closing message, guys. Yeah, he stayed stuck in a foundation, water, and a dead tree for a long time. I also feel time's up. It's time to plant those seeds for the future. It's time to plan well for the future. Somebody here, I feel, is experiencing unnecessary worry, a period of unrest, uneasiness when it comes to bring forward an offer. They've been going through an extended period of grieving, focusing on the negative. They're afraid things aren't going to turn out. I think somebody here is deathly afraid of rejection. And I also feel, look at that, we got a true pair on the board now. So yeah, somebody walked away from a true pair in the past. Somebody walked away from a very brilliantly talented feminine energy. And I do feel there's a masculine here getting ready to step in the spotlight with this Empress. Getting ready to speak and communicate with this Empress. And they're afraid. They're definitely sensitive of some criticism is what I want to say. Aries, Leo, Sag. And so this is a long overdue transformation. And there is a masculine awakening to see things in a whole new light. Embracing his uniqueness. And I do feel he's likely losing some type of material wealth for a lack of honesty in the past. So I do think get ready for an apology. Get ready for somebody to be rushing in with an apology, a very emotional apology, because of the lack of balance in a relationship in the past. And I do feel this is a connection that really does make your heart flutter. I feel a masculine getting ready to travel towards his person. He wants relief in his life, and he wants to get to a peaceful place, and he wants to break free from a very depressing situation. And so these challenging times are coming to an end, but somebody's going to have to stand up for what it is that they believe in. So let's get a couple last messages from Spirit, guys, and see what else the universe has. So yeah, somebody I feel has been victimized, and they've allowed themselves to be victimized, and somebody is choosing to take their power back. I feel the divine wants you to recognize that they have seen the difficult time that the both of you have gone through. There is a need for protection and to listen to the divine guidance that is coming through. They are hearing you. They are hearing your prayers. They are saying that you are never, ever alone. And so somebody needs to stop overthinking a situation here. It's not healthy. Obsessive thought patterns are definitely not healthy. I do feel this will lead to a higher level of commitment. This person could be coming in with an engagement ring. Is there any last messages from Spirit that need to come through? Okay, so somebody was lying. Get ready to hear a very painful truth. Somebody is getting ready to come forward with a whole lot of honesty. I think in the past they were fraught with deception. I think they were playing into some negative company that they were keeping. They were not keeping a healthy space. And so I do feel somebody here is overcoming all kinds of challenges and obstacles because of their past actions and words. And I do think somebody here is getting ready to try a different approach and come in for forgiveness. And this is happening. This is happening as part of liberation. And so I do feel somebody mistreated their person in the past. And rather than dealing with it and facing with it, they moved on from this situation and now they're being haunted. So I do feel this was a relationship that served to teach you both something very important about yourself. And forgiveness is what is going to be needed. And I do feel healthy boundaries need to be drawn in the sand. And somebody is about to get honest with themselves, and they're about to come forward and get honest with you about what has been going on below the surface. They are getting ready to reach out because they miss you. And that's what I have today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below, guys. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.